The justice system is at breaking point. Defendants face long waits to go on trial. Prisons are overcrowded. Too many criminals reoffend. That's the conclusion of Chris Daw, who's been a criminal defence lawyer for 26 years. He has represented Premier League footballers, 2 retired police officers in the Hillsborough disaster inquests, and a string of wealthy clients in fraud and money laundering cases. But this establishment insider, Daw was appointed a QC in 2013, has a radical proposal. All prisons should be closed down. Prison, he writes in his new book, Justice on Trial, is a form of slow death of body, mind and spirit. That view puts Daw at odds with the current government, which prides itself on being tough on crime. Pledging to increase police numbers, the Home Secretary Priti Patel said last year that she wants people to literally feel terror at the thought of committing offences. Chris, tell me, when did you first think this system is broken?
I think it's something that was in the back of my mind the whole time. So I've been a criminal lawyer for over 25 years. And I think for the first 20, or round about 20, until I was appointed to Silk, as you say, in 2013.
That's becoming a QC.
Becoming a QC in 2013. I had my head down and I just got on with the job, and I didn't question why it was that my clients would go into prison and come back out again and then go back into prison and keep coming back time and time again, often from a very young age. You know, I had clients as teenagers, 11, 12, 13 years old, and then they would come back to me 10 years later or 15 years later, having spent most of their teens, their 20s and into their 30s in prison. And I just got process driven by that. You just go to court, you do your job. Sometimes your clients are acquitted, but it doesn't really make any difference. And in the end, I just came to the conclusion, and the last few years I've reflected more and more on it, that everything I was doing was pretty much a waste of time. The whole system was a waste of time, because in that time period, since I qualified in the mid-90s, the prison population has virtually doubled. And the prisons, as you said, dramatically overcrowded. And people who go into prison almost invariably come out and commit more crime. It was actually making things worse when the aim of the justice system for most members of the public should be to protect the public and reduce crime. In fact, what's happened is that crime, particularly violent crime in relation to sexual violence and serious street violence and murder and knife crime on the streets, has got worse. Communities live in more fear of violence. And hence, as you know, I came to the conclusion that we need to just rip up the rule book and start again.